I sat down to write the last of the narrations for the Oregon Trail expedition and was trying to think of something meaningful, something profound, but the truth is all I could come up with was I felt grateful. Grateful for the opportunity we had, for the friends and the family that supported us, for a country that allows us the freedom to explore, and grateful for all of you. You faithful few who have supported us along our path. Thank you for traveling along with us on our amazing trip. So many of you have made an impact on our lives and left your own footprints on our journey. We will forever be humbled by you. So in the spirit of adventure and exploration, I leave you with this. Never let anyone discount your imagination. Always hold fast to what you know to be important. Life is fleeting, tomorrow isn't a promise, so now is the moment. For the last time on One Lane Road, we took a midnight run to the Ozarks National Forest to kill a few days before meeting up with our families and fell in love with the northwestern corner of Arkansas. We met up with our friends Lod and Rosie from Texas Overland, ran into Bub Pearson, the grandpa of the Ozarks. We did a little playing in the mud, a little swimming in the coolest natural water slide we'd seen, and crossed so many rivers we lost count. It was only when our trip went in a totally unplanned direction that we truly found what we were looking for in our journey. We were at the beginning of day 2 down the high watermark trail in the Ozarks National Forest, and after parting ways with our new Texan friends, we wandered our way north through the wet Arkansas jungle. Still exploring the Ozarks. We're currently on the high watermark trail, which I'm excited to see. I'm a little nervous about the water crossings just because it's rainy, and it has been for the last few days, and so we're hoping everything is passable. But we'll take a look and see, so should be good. As we forged our way through the last of the high watermark trail, she gave us one last river to ford before letting us head back to meet up with our families in Kansas and make the long journey home.
You're barely standing that, bro. Well, it's because you're also slippery, not just the current. The depth doesn't concern me, it's the flow is concerning me. Well, because Toby's rig could get swept. That's no glory.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do our deepest water crossing, our craziest water crossing so far.
Muddy rain. Hey Chris. Do it again. Did that river crossing, it was sick! Yeah! Did you see that? Dude, you guys look awesome. Way up over the hood, I'm like, oh my god. Oh yeah, I saw you, man. You hit like a deep spot or something.
It was a bittersweet feeling knowing that the expedition was winding down to its end. We'd spent so much time on the trail and away from our families, but the weeks achieving our dream to follow in the pioneers' footsteps had only elevated our desire to see what other history was down some dusty road waiting to be uncovered. Every good explorer will tell you the journey's not over till it's over, and the trucks had taken a beating in the Ozarks. Almost as soon as we got back on the road, we noticed the rear brakes of the Land Cruiser were acting a little strange.
Those brake pads in the rear were toasted, and the rotor's pretty ground in. So we'll just roll with it. It's what we do. These Land Cruisers, they just don't complain. They just keep on going. So
we'd only been back on the road a few hundred miles when the Ranger started having issues of her own.
We're driving the Ranger, had a grinding noise from the right front side. Turns out that we have a brake fluid leak that's leaking all over everything, and I think his hub actually is trashed. I think the gears have destroyed themselves. So we're taking everything apart. Absolutely did. No, I did the back, and I put it on, and then I front.
But 2 days and a handful of extra parts later, we were back in Kansas City, and although definitely not the climax to an epic journey that we were hoping for, we tried to make the best of it anyway.
all right, ladies and gents, dun da da, we made it to Kansas City. And it's a little anticlimactic, but we decided to have a celebratory dinner at Jack Stack Barbecue. Heck yeah! So we're stoked to be here, although it's a little late. We're here, Kansas City. This is where we've been trying to get to for the past 3 years, and now we're here.
Today's officially the last day of the trail. It's day 35. Crazy to think that we left over a month ago.
It's the end of the expedition, and it was nothing that I planned for and everything that I hoped for. So it was kind of crazy how much planning went into it and how little you know about overlanding until you're out here for, 35 days.
Man, has it been an epic journey. We covered a lot of ground. There's a lot of dusty trail, and it got to the point a few times where I think we were all pretty challenged as far as the day-to-day operations and working together.
We all learned a lot. Personally, I think just working in such close quarters with everybody, it makes you look at things a little more introspectively and kind of look at your own life, and it helps flush out the negative character flaws in your personality, I think.
It's been anticlimactic towards the end. I think I had this thought that we were going to finish on time and our family would already all be here and it'd be this real emotional thing, but
the reality was we finished a week early, and so there wasn't any of that hoopla or hubbub, but in true overland fashion, I believe the trail just kind of took us where it was going to take us.
Glad we all made it here safely. I think looking back, it's been an epic adventure.
It's bittersweet. I think we're all ready to get home and see our families and relax a little bit, but the call of the trail is real, and it's been an experience unlike none other.
As of this point, the expedition's over, the trip's over, but the journey has just begun.
It was a difficult journey. There were times when we wanted to quit. There were times when we couldn't take looking at each other for another second. But when push came to shove, it was the brotherhood that kept us together. It was the expedition that gave us purpose. But it was our passion for adventure that made us Ox Overland. I'd love to tell you we're still as close as we were when we were on the expedition, but the truth is life is never still. We keep in touch for the most part, but Wilkie is in Alaska, living the wild life, happy and free as a bird. Kobe moved back to our hometown to be closer to his family, and Chris and I are still up here in the Pacific Northwest swinging hammers. It feels so far away when I think back on our trip now over a year ago, and I can't help feeling a little nostalgic. I hope we have the opportunity to do this again, and the Outlaw Trail is definitely calling our name, but this trip in particular and the Oregon Trail was something special. We bonded in the unity of our purpose, and it brought us together in a way that was unique to us. We didn't have much, but what we lacked in resources, we made up for in hard work and tenacity. We didn't take no for an answer, we didn't let the roadblocks stand in our way, and together we not only accomplished what we set out to do, but we did so much more.